everyone, Tim, Adam, and Sam here, and welcome to Flipper Flicks. Today's episode is brought to you by DB.
DB is a Scandinavian brand that makes backpacks and bags to help people on the move stay ready for anything.
From the streets to the peaks, DB's gear is travel tested by some of the world's best athletes, adventurers, and creators.
Over the past decade, DB has designed and developed the best bags in the market.
With DB's patented hookup system, you are able to attach smaller products to your backpack, roller, or tote.
One thing's for sure, you have to have the right luggage for the job. It's no fun towing your belongings down a cobblestone street.
Yeah, we don't want you breaking your wheels out there. So we're teaming up with DB to exclusively offer our listeners 10% off your next purchase by using the code POD10. Or you can simply go to the link in our show notes.
DB, it's time to move on. Time to get going. We hope you enjoy this episode.
Cue the singing giraffes!
Everybody, welcome back to Flipper Flicks. I'm Sam, and this week's episode is great. It's full of depth. You're welcome.
She's trying to get on the laugh floor over here.
Yeah.
Do we do a social media second, or?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, all right. I'm Tim. I never know what order anything's in.
It's all good,
But we have social media, so get on it. But no.
Follow us.
I am very ancient when it comes to working social media. Things change rapidly, whatever. So if you have struggled with it, I understand. But anyway, we are on Instagram and Twitter mostly. So hit us up if you'd like to. We do have a website. It's flipperflix.wixsite.com/home. We mostly post to your more popular platforms for episodes, so like Anchor, Spotify, Apple. But we are on other ones. It's just sometimes I guess it doesn't show up as effectively, so we're working on that too. We post episodes every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every once in a while I have little bonus episodes. You'll know about those and little sneak peeks of what we're doing for the week if you go to Instagram and Twitter and follow us. Check us out. Yeah, send us suggestions, everything like that, and we'll see you around, I guess.
Yeah. I'm Adam, and this week we rolled on our beautiful category spinner, winner, chicken dinner. Wordplay. I'm not sure. I forget who gave me the word ocean and who gave me the word camouflage, but that's what I got.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
She gave you ocean, I gave you camouflage.
Yeah.
Okay, see, that makes logical sense, but I gave wolf the one time, which is very much you, Tim.
Mm-hmm, true.
So I couldn't remember. It's been a while. Anyways, so I chose the 1954 Disney classic, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
You sure did.
Blub, 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 blub.
Blub, blub, blub.
You're out of your depth.
You can't steal my jokes! Always stealing my jokes! So rude.
You're welcome.
I hate this podcast. Steal my jokes. Go ahead.
All right, so the synopsis. A ship sent to investigate a wave of mysterious sinkings encounters the advanced submarine, the Nautilus, commanded by Captain Nemo.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
That's the whole episode.
That is the whole episode.
We
Sam
pretty much
blah,
know
blah,
the
blah,
movie
blah,
at this point.
I know. It's so simple.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sam, okay, you're blubbing too much. You're going to do your expectations first.
Expectations.
Blah, 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 blah.
I mean, okay, so I knew that this was like a Disney classic. That's about as far as I knew. Like, I knew that there was Captain Nemo.
He's our hero.
I knew that there was the Nautilus, which is pretty dope. And then I knew there was a squid. And that was my whole expectation. Like, squid, Nautilus, Captain Nemo, boom, done.
How about you, Tim? Hers is very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have heard of this, know about it. I didn't know the full story. I didn't even know it was Disney. I think I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Really?
Maybe. I don't know.
Not
I
even
feel like
Tim
I have.
remembers.
But I was pumped for it. I mean, it's known to be popular, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm surprised I guess we or I have not seen it sooner. So yeah, I was excited for this one.
Nice. I too was excited because I picked it.
What?
I guess in some situations we do pick movies we're not excited for, like Thanks, I Hate It.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, yeah, I was excited. Sam, if anybody wants to know my expectations, you can just rewind about a minute and a half and listen to Sam over again. Because, yeah, I knew Captain Nemo. But I knew Captain Nemo from League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh. Wait, is the Nautilus in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, the Nautilus is always dope. I never saw the movie, but I was like, that thing's sweet.
And I know that Disney World and Disneyland have had rides based off of this. But based off the submarine. So I was excited to see that. And then we obviously were like, well, we got to go see what it looked like. Then it's like, well, it was dismantled in 94. So not too many people have cameras.
Yeah.
It was a 20-minute ride.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's a long ride.
I'm a little salty I can't get on it.
20
know.
minutes in the AC? Sign me up.
It's 1994. Like
What?
71 to 94. You think they had AC in that thing?
Yes. When was
Yeah,
AC
for
invented?
Sure. They for sure had, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, I'm pretty sure AC is not that young.
Yeah.
I don't know, though.
Yeah, where's
I
your
mean,
degree?
I don't know. California doesn't have it, so.
This is true.
Anywho, yeah, I forgot that we were putting on a really old movie, and those credit rolls right at the beginning. I was
Oh, yeah.
like, oh yeah, they do this.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Back at it again.
And I feel like I haven't seen a Disney book opening in like, I
First-
don't even know how long. It's been so long.
This is the first Buena Vista distributed film.
No.
Ever.
Wow, really? Okay.
Wait, Snow White wasn't Buena Vista?
Nope, it was distributed by a different company. They created this. Walt Disney created an in-house production company just like for this to distribute his films.
And so,
Like to start it. Yeah.
So Sleeping Beauty was after this. Maybe it wasn't Buena
I
Vista.
thought. Well, I mean, they're all still Buena Vista is just the distributor. It's like A24.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's all.
You
That's all I
lost me
had
a
to
little
say.
bit, yeah.
Okay.
I
Sorry.
was just thinking.
We're not professionals.
I was just thinking that like all of the old princess movies, I felt like they had the same opening, but I could
They
be
do, they
totally
do.
making that up.
But the words Buena Vista production.
We're not there.
Yeah.
It was like Walt Disney Pictures or something, probably.
It was, but it also said this other company that distributed it, like Studio Ghibli films.
Yeah. Yeah, they have whatchamacallit.
They have Buena Vista production because it's distributed by Disney. Not anymore, but it was
How many times can we say distributed in like 5 seconds?
distributed.
I'm not going to try.
Yeah. No,
Tim's like, nope, now.
No.
I'm a pass.
Don't care about that.
Anyways, what do you guys want to get started? We just kind of are like already like you see these like green eyes, which I wasn't sure if this movie was shot in color at the time because they It's a Wonderful Life. They have a
Right, yeah.
black and white version, but this one was always in color.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It was pretty new for that time.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was also curious how they shot this. Do you have any notes on that? Like, did they have a big tank?
Oh yeah, this is the third film ever to be they went down. They were actually in the ocean, and it's the third film that was made with underwater colored footage.
Wow. Yeah, because I was going to say, it's like very blue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, is this in a tank? Like back in the day?
No, they were in the Caribbean.
They were in the Caribbean. Nice.
Yeah.
Pirates before pirates.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And like we all know about like the ocean depths because Sir David Attenborough #fan club for life. Like he's taught us so much about the ocean floor, and like there's other documentaries too, obviously, but like that wasn't a thing in 1954.
Right.
People couldn't fathom it.
They were out of their depth.
But
Tim,
We're doing
come
great.
on.
Keep it up.
I know we're doing great, guys. We're doing great. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Like think about like a kid going up to see this film, like in the theaters, and it's just like, whoa, it's underwater, just like that.
sorry, I was concentrating really hard on
Making the pun work.
making that pun work, so I didn't hear your sentence before that. But yes, I understand what you're saying. It is pretty
Okay.
cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so we eventually get to meet our famed characters of Professor Arnak. I'm gonna call him the professor the whole time.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then Igor.
What was his name?
Conseil.
He totally looked like Igor.
He has the voice of Igor.
And the face of Igor.
And he is not Igor.
And he's like
Yeah,
short
I don't-
and stubby.
Yeah. Mhm.
And
He
then
kind of like
Ned
talks
Land.
like him and acts like it too, and you're like, come on, dude, like have a little self-respect. But
I know, but he's not Igor. I looked for it.
When Adam first brought that up to me, I was like, "This Adam's going crazy in this section over here." And I was like, "Okay," so he brings that up to me like the first 30 minutes. So then I have to watch the rest of the like 2 hours, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I can't unsee it." Like,
It's
why?
Igor.
you can't, you literally can't, because I had the same thought. I was like,
Oh,
boy.
good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not that crazy.
No, you're not.
Only
Well-
a tad crazy.
It just means Tim and I are both crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll accept that. I'll take this
Yeah, yeah.
responsibility.
But we also have Ned Land, which his last name is Land, but he likes to live out on the sea.
Mhm.
The irony.
Is that the only blonde in the movie?
Yeah, that's Ned.
Oh, I didn't know his name.
They literally called him Ned the entire time.
I was just like, well, you don't need to know his name when he's the only blonde / he's the only one in red stripes. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, I don't ever need to know his name. Like, they clearly made him stand out a ridiculous amount.
He's a master harpooner.
Yeah.
I need that title.
Right?
Jot
I like
down.
that title. Yeah, jot that
Yeah.
title down. Yeah.
Okay, so Tim and I are both master harpooners.
Nice.
But would you say he's better at harpooning than, what's his name? Moby Dick.
No.
You don't remember the captain's name?
Herman Melville wrote it, didn't he?
We're really good at this, knowing stuff.
I just said no preemptively.
Ishmael or Ishmael? I don't know.
Oh yeah, Ishmael. Yeah.
Tim, are
think
you just
that's-
agreeing, or do you
No,
actually think
I'm
that's
pretty
right?
sure that's what it is. Ishmael. Yeah.
It sounds right.
I'm gonna
It
be
sounds close
completely
enough.
wrong, and I'm gonna stand to it. I don't care.
All I
Confidently
know
incorrect.
about Moby Dick is I tried to listen to it on the long car ride from Florida to Missouri, and I like almost fell asleep.
It's Ishmael.
Oh, look at
I
that.
told you.
Look at me.
Pulling it out your boot.
My boot.
Your boot.
Okay. I'm gonna just go on. I just want you guys to know that Ned
Rude.
Land, like his actor
Mhm.
who played him, I felt like he like literally looked way too old. Like the character seems like he's about 15 years younger than the actor.
Yeah, but that makes sense, right?
Yeah, for the
That's just-
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, we said the same shit with Casablanca, right? Like
True.
Yeah, we probably
Yeah.
did.
the actors, like I mean, you work like it wasn't as big of a career at the time, so.
Right.
But he did nail Whale of a Tale.
Yeah! So good.
Yeah, that was actually fantastic.
He had to get taught how to play guitar.
Oh, look
But
at how
he
much
did
effort
it,
they put
baby.
back into it.
I know. Back in the day, they didn't just like.
You had to like
God-
fully get into your role.
Yeah.
You couldn't just,
I know. You had to. Like, they didn't just like zoom in on the hands, cut to another screen, and then
Yeah.
have him like strumming randomly. Nah, he actually had to learn.
Look at him.
That's cool.
Yeah, I just want to say that the Nautilus, they eventually get to it. I don't know. I'm jumping around. My notes are scattered as shit.
That's
Say.
fair. You're out of your depth.
Yeah, I couldn't fathom it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep stealing your pun and throw
I
it back
wish
at
I
you.
had
She's
more.
gonna be so salty.
That I could just cycle through them. Did you say I was going to be so salty? Is
Yeah,
that
you
what-
just-
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yes!
I did.
So good.
We're so bad.
Oh,
God.
shoot, Tim. I forgot. Ned had pocket bananas.
He did.
yeah.
Do you just like carry like food in your pockets like that? Like
Yeah, on
bananas?
occasion.
I feel like we've asked you this like at least once every 10 episodes about your food carrying habits.
It does happen on occasion, yes.
It might be twice every 10 episodes.
Yeah. I don't know. We just know. Do you like bananas?
I do like bananas. I don't eat them all the time, but I do like them.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like, but you don't take them on a boat. Like, it's literally bad luck to carry bananas on a fishing
Yeah, it's some
vessel.
weird thing.
What?
Yeah.
It's a superstition.
What? Why?
I don't know.
Because you get attacked by the Nautilus.
Apparently.
And when we say attacked, you literally just get rammed.
Rammed.
Like, the guy had a nuclear-powered, like, fucking submarine, and he just rams people.
Right. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, so they would definitely see that as like a creature back in the day, but I'm sitting here watching it and I was like, I thought this was actually about a creature, not a boat.
Yeah.
Dude, so we knew it was about a squid.
Yeah.
Squid
Right.
doesn't enter till, like, 90 minutes
The
in.
very end, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, God.
I was so confused because I thought it was going to be kind of like an underwater sea adventure versus the squid situation. I don't know why I thought that, because I just knew there was a squid.
Right.
And so I was real confused when it took it that long to show up, and it was only there for like 5 seconds.
Well, I've always read that Captain Nemo is like just a straight up villain in it, and
Right.
I mean he's more of like an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Like he's not a villain. Like he's not like, yes, he killed people, but he was killing slave traders. So like, it's
right.
gray.
Like, yeah,
it's a gray area.
It's an iffy area.
Also, dude just doesn't want to deal with assholes, so he's like living off the sea. Like, I don't know. That doesn't seem very villainous to me. That just seems like he's over people.
Yeah, but in 1868, first off, Sam was upset that a submarine was made in 1868.
Yeah. Fuck that. That's not right.
Also, in the book, so this is a book, obviously.
I knew that. Based on the book in the opening, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That helped.
Uh-huh.
It was a telltale sign.
Yes.
The book was just a standard like submarine. It was just a long cylindrical tube.
Nice.
So Disney went a little above and beyond to make it not look like a...
You can kind of tell because that would not function as a submarine. I'm pretty positive. But...
Yeah.
Especially with the little zappies he did at one point, and
Yeah!
That
all
was
the
so weird.
I was like, okay, this is just
It's goofy.
not that
I
it's
liked
supposed to be
it.
realistic, but
Yeah. And like, for not 1868, 1954, like the effects. Like the set.
it was good.
I want to get on that set.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really cool. Yeah.
Except they dismantled it. Like
Well,
they actually
yeah.
brought a lot of the set out to Disneyland, and you used to be able to go through it until the late 60s.
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
But in Disneyland Paris, you can still walk through a reimagined set of it.
Mhm.
Like they rebuilt it.
Nice.
We just watched that video yesterday.
Yeah, it's pretty spot
nice.
on. I was like, damn.
Yeah, so you can check that out on the tubes of Youb.
Yeah, do it.
Whoa.
I dare you.
Now, Sam, would you say Tim? Have you actually? I'm gonna go Tim first.
Rude.
Screw you.
Okay.
Have you ever been to Magic Kingdom, or is it just Epcot and Animal Kingdom that you've come with us
In Hollywood Studios.
in studios? What's it?
I have a really good memory, so
Have you seen a castle?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, there's a ride called Haunted Mansion,
hmm
which is actually a remake of the one in Disneyland. And after they dismantled all the Nautilus parts in Disneyland, they moved Captain Nemo's organ into the Haunted Mansion, and it still resides there.
Oh, where the like floating
Yep.
candelabra is?
Yeah, that's it.
Hey.
The Disney World one, Magic Kingdom, is a remake of that, but like the one in Disneyland has the real deal.
Huh.
Is his face still in it?
I have no idea.
So, like, the Disneyland Paris ride where you can walk through, there's his organ, and then they have, like, a light-up face of him, like, in the center. I wonder if there's a face in the organ still.
I hope so.
All right, let's all go to... Is it in California?
We gotta go.
Yeah, it's in Cali.
We're going to California.
Woo!
Pack your bags.
All right.
Okay, so back into the movie. We're in the Nautilus. We got the professor. We got Igor. We got Ned Land.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, the professor's staring at them, like the scuba divers.
Yeah.
hmm
And I just wanted to ask, would you guys scuba like these guys? Like, would you just hop in these old school scuba suits?
Yeah, why not?
Sam?
Yeah, so I feel like there's a cruise excursion that I've always wanted to do where you do scuba like that, where you have like a helmet and it's not like your typical like air situation. You somehow
It's
like all walk on the sea floor and shit.
Yeah,
like
you have an air tube to the top of your helmet.
Yeah, and I'm like, that looks so dope.
That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called Snuba.
I'm down to clown.
Yeah.
It's called Snuba, you're right.
All right, so
It's frightening,
now we
but
gotta
I do it.
now we gotta add a cruise to our list of things to do.
Tim, I wasn't sure if you were going to say yeah, because I know that you
Yeah,
already...
water. Yeah, it's frightening.
Yeah, you hate water.
I'm down
Wait,
to
you
clown
hate
though.
water?
I hate
Yeah,
water. Yeah.
we went over this in another episode.
Yeah,
Can we go over it again? Because why do you hate water?
It's wet.
Yeah. I love
that-
swimming. I love water sports, but water is frightening.
Oh, well, yeah.
Like the
Water-
pressure?
Just water and just like how dangerous water can be.
Mm.
But like at the same time, like I don't know how to explain it. It's also why I pick a lot of like water things, like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, stuff like that. I usually go water.
Hashtag Squirrel for life.
Well, it's funny because I never did Squirtle. I always did Venusaur or Bulbasaur.
Okay.
I was always a Bulbasaur guy, just because like I don't know, I just was. But like I usually venture towards like water type stuff. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, it's just kind of like a weird like water is like very mysterious. We don't know much really about it. Honestly, like the environment of water.
Tim's expecting Pacific Rim.
Oh, yeah. But would I gladly go in water until something touches me, and then I'm
I
out of
feel
the water.
Like
I'm
he's out of the
constantly
water,
paranoid
old
that
cartoon
something's like
style.
gonna touch me. Like if I can see around me, like granted in water this does not matter because things could be way out of your sight, but they
Yeah.
can see you or they know you're there, and then like all of a sudden they're just on top of you and you have no idea. I know that's all kind of just like dramatic and irrational, but because I understand like ocean creatures and they're mostly just curious more than anything and they're not gonna like hurt you actually, but and I love to scuba dive and do all that kind of stuff. I want to touch and swim with great white sharks. Like that's a huge fantasy of mine.
Interesting, but yeah.
Yeah, I want to touch a great white shark. I have to at some point. But yeah, I hate water. I don't know how to explain it. I hate water.
That's hilarious. Well, that just kind of reminds me of one of the quotes because I don't like getting in the ocean because
Sam's scared.
I have seen a lot of David Attenborough documentaries about said ocean. And the professor's quote was like, I was like, yep, spot on. He's like, if we could all go deeper, we'd be surprised at the creatures that exist. And I was like, fuck yeah, we would. Like, we'd be real confused.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Yeah.
I think the other part of it is like the comfortability of water. It's like we're so comfortable being on water doing stuff, and then all of a sudden when you're stranded, it's like, shit.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like part of it.
Yep.
It's like now I can't do anything.
Yeah, you got to remember you're a visitor in their territory.
Exactly, and like we don't treat it that way a lot of the time. But
no, we don't.
/ also you gotta know your limits. Like that one time we were kayaking looking for a waterfall.
Oh my god.
And it ended up being like 12 miles instead of 6 and we were fine. But I was like, maybe we should get a better map next time.
Or have them be like, yeah, like there were like so many little coves and I'm like in 5 docks and we had never been there. I'm like, this dock, well there's the dock, we're at this dock. And I was like 2 or 3 coves over and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Whoops.
So
And I know how to read a map. That's
Yeah.
the sad part.
I know, like we're seasoned kayakers and we still make stupid mistakes like that. So 100% very easy to get in a bad situation very quickly.
Yeah.
yes,
What'd you think of them scavenging for their food?
I thought that
Underwater?
was cool.
Yeah.
I got really irrationally angry.
About
Why?
the sea turtle.
You gotta understand, sea turtles have been like,
No, I know that. Yeah.
it's like it's been my animal. I have like I don't know how many little figurines of sea turtles. I've got books of sea turtles. I've gotten
Right.
to swim with a sea turtle. So like it made me irrationally angry, and
That's
I
understandable.
understand it. Like it's a movie. They didn't actually eat the sea turtles, but I do know that people do, and it does upset me.
Mm-hmm.
I hear it's good.
And I will never eat it. I
That's
also
fair,
won't
that's
eat
fair.
octopus anymore, just because they're
Really?
they're too intelligent of a life form.
I get that. I seriously get that. And it is very weird. But it's also yummy.
It is. I've had it. I liked it. And I would also like to bring up the fact that I chose Wordplay and I got this movie because Ocean and Camo. And I was thinking like the squid and there would be an octopus in this movie that has amazing camouflage skills.
There was an octopus.
There was an octopus.
I don't
Therefore,
think he camouflaged himself, but that's
he did
okay.
not, but we know he does.
Yeah, we know he does.
And those army men were pretty camoed going up. And there was a stingray. There was a leopard ray swimming, and he was pretty camoed.
Nice.
I count it.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the closest that we've gotten.
Yeah, that's probably true. But I did like the way that they gathered their food. Like, I get it. It kind of reminded me of, like, the thing of, like, farm to table now, right? Like, people are super sustainable with, like, their food on land, except it's in the ocean. So I thought that was, like, cool.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't get why they were so pissed off. Like, Nemo was so pissed off with... Well, he was pissed off at Ned and Igor for when they went to grab the treasure chest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like he had a full thing of treasure, but I guess it was more of like he wasn't following orders.
Yeah, like they basically didn't, like they were put in to do a job, right? And they just like didn't do it. Like they didn't.
I
do
think
their
that's
part.
why he was pissy.
Yeah.
Also, that nurse shark. First off, it was a nurse shark. Correctly identified it.
Nice.
That was an accident. That thing just
funny.
actually swam up on them.
Oh, seriously?
No, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So like them actually freaking out were like
Real freaking out.
they were like, oh shit. And like, yeah, and they said that the footage was so good that they kept a lot of it.
Wow.
Really?
Crazy, right?
I thought
love
it
when
looked
stuff
fake.
like that happens.
Nah, that was a real nurse shark.
That's crazy.
Nurse shark will just give you a big old hickey.
Yeah, it looked like it
Yeah.
was trying to.
Yeah, like it's not gonna eat you. They're the ones that you're most likely gonna see on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Still, do not approach sharks.
Any wild animal.
Yeah,
Any
just
wild.
don't.
Be
Leave 'em
comfortable in a
alone.
wild environment. Just don't.
Leave them alone.
Like, they're not there for you to be entertained by. Like,
Flipper Flicks.
leave
PSA.
them alone.
I know. Anyways, back to the movie. After we get up, this is a dangerous movie because like there's so much life forms.
/ I really love sea creatures, so
I think we all do, Sam.
yeah, I
think
feel like we
do.
all do. Yeah, so it's just like very easy for us to veer off track. Talk about the sea creatures.
I love animals.
Chilling.
Should have been
Oh,
marine
sure.
biologists.
Right?
I had debated that once in my life, and then I decided I don't like water, so.
See point A 10 minutes ago.
Oh, my.
Going down my notes again because again, scatterbrained. It's a
Yeah.
2 hour and 7 minute film.
Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't
pretty
feel
long.
like it, though.
Like it did
There-
and
there-
it didn't.
There were
Like,
times
there's a-
where it like felt like it was like kind of getting over, and then it kept going. Like
Yeah.
you'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, more storyline, but
Like with the giant squid part, you're like,
yeah, you're like, oh, okay,
this is the climax.
This is it. This is what we were waiting for, right? And then
And then, oh, no. Mm-mm. No, but I actually had a random question for you guys. What would you name your ship?
Sea Rhino.
The Sea
Nice.
Rhino? Okay.
That's so good. How do I outdo that? I don't know. Can I have a few minutes while you say your
Gyarados. No.
Nice. Another good option.
The Whale Lord.
The Whale Lord.
Nice.
Well, Tim said a Pokemon, so I did too.
Yeah.
How about the Shrieking Siren?
But wouldn't that be redundant? Wouldn't you just say Siren?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. The Wailing Siren.
The Wailing Siren.
It would have to
The
be something
woeful
about
siren.
Stingray, sneaky stingray. I love stingrays, so it's
Yeah,
sneaky
that's her
Stingrays
new
are very
animal.
cool. Yeah?
yeah.
Yeah, that's her go-to sea creature. Mine always was a sea turtle, but like I've become accustomed to the whale, specifically the humpback.
I mean, whales are
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, they're beautiful. Again, we're getting very distracted by
By
animals.
animals.
I wanted to
Whoa,
say
animals.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool design that Nemo's little skiff like slid right into the top of his sub.
Oh yeah, and then they could just like push him off like
Yeah.
bye.
No,
I
that
thought
was really cool.
too.
Yeah.
That was a clever design. I mean, he's supposed to be a fucking genius scientist,
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
which he is.
There was a lot of clever stuff. Like I'm not sure I really understand how the tube getting in and out of the Nautilus worked, but
I believe
that-
it worked.
yeah, but like that was cool that they just like bloop out and then they just like come back up.
And the way they had him like drop in was smart,
Mhm.
like holding on, because like I mean kayaks drop in and out, like let water in and out too. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
we're not engineers.
Hi. Yeah.
um,
Telling me.
so another little interesting set piece. That skiff was made of wood.
Nice.
So they like made it like put metallic paint on it, put a bunch of weights in it to make it look heavier, like have it lay lower in the water.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
But yeah, I guess we haven't really talked about the characters. Like Nemo was like really cool, and he was like, "Dude, Professor, I'm a fan, but you haven't seen all this shit yet. You got to see it, man." He's like, "Oh, I would love to."
Yeah, and then Nemo's living quarters are like dope.
So good.
Like all those nice like plush red couches. Go ahead, Tim.
I was just gonna say I don't understand where all of that came from. Like the ship did not look like that fit all of
I
that.
know.
At any point, from any angle, did it seem like that ship was that large or like that had that many rooms? I don't know.
Yeah, I was constantly getting lost in the beginning when they were, like, flipping through, because, like,
Yeah.
they had his, like, organ and his couch room.
Yeah.
And then they also had, like, his charting room, and then they had, like, corridors for the rest of the people.
Yeah, as you keep going deeper into the,
Yeah.
like, going down into the ship, that's where the crew sleeps.
Yeah, and then you have the portal room that you just zerp and flurp out. There was just a lot going on.
Yeah.
And steps that come right down to who knows where the fuck.
They did have 2 entryways into the ship.
True.
Yeah.
It was like, one was like kind of a staircase, and one was a spiral staircase.
Yeah.
The zappy staircase and the spiral
Yeah,
staircase.
exactly.
Which, by the way, the folks from Papua New Guinea,
Yes.
so they had a bunch of like war paint on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, a lot of them wrote ridiculous shit on their like heads and stuff. One of them put "Eat at Joe's,"
Nice.
and another one put "I ate Joe."
What?
I love it.
Yeah, I don't. Well, they're cannibals, so
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
it was just funny. And you know who Sam's favorite character was, Tim?
No.
Esmeralda.
100%.
Ah.
You didn't know who I was gonna say, did you?
I didn't. I was like, this is going to be news to me. But at the end when, what's his name? Ned?
Ned Land.
When Ned was like, I think when he was like drunk and he was like playing his
Yes.
guitar and then
Yeah.
he was teaching Esmeralda to clap. I was like, this is great. This
I-
whole movie should have been this.
I was gonna say, I think Sam could watch a 90-minute film of a dude being stuck, like just drunk in his cabin
With a seal? Or
with a sea lion.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, Tim,
Sign
how
me
about
up.
you? Could you do that?
Yes.
Yeah, depending on who's doing it. Like if he's got to at least be entertaining.
Well, yeah.
We don't want any boring people. I wouldn't watch Igor do it.
Yeah.
No.
I would.
Well, I thought it was funny later on in the movie when they're like trying to escape the Nautilus and they are like, come on, Esmeralda. They like have to put her in the boat. I'm like, she can swim. Like, you don't need to put her in
Right,
the
like,
boat.
yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Just let her be a sea lion and swim. Like, she's good.
Right?
I promise. Sorry, I got us back to the animals again.
That's cool. I'll get us to the animals again right now.
Okay, do it.
That giant squid would have attacked them and then stopped.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. Yeah.
Because sharks will bump into people just to see if they can eat it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it's like, nah, that's not for me. So I do not expect a giant squid to go all the way up to the top
Yeah.
trying to murder just a metal boat.
Yeah, it seems like too much effort.
Right?
But we don't
Animals
know.
are
They're
lazy.
aliens.
They
True.
are. They are aliens.
I didn't know they had beaks.
I can't
Yeah.
believe you
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
know that. Yeah, it's creepy as shit.
Yeah, it's like basically like an evolved dinosaur bird.
I mean,
Alien-
they
it's an
evolved
alien.
in. Yeah,
Yeah,
alien.
that's in case in point.
I was about to say the dinosaurs came from the water.
Yeah.
As did
Yeah,
the
but
birds.
I didn't know.
Dinosaurs
that. That's so
banged the tadpoles, turned them into squids.
Yeah, the cephalopods.
weird. Yeah.
Squidward, fun fact, is an octopus.
Yes.
Yeah,
he
I
only
didn't
has
know
6
that.
arms.
Yeah,
really confuses
he
me.
only has 6.
So I was like, well, he's a squid. Squids don't have to have it eat.
Yeah.
And then it's like Squidward is an octopus. I'm like,
That's really confusing.
that's just wrong. Also, why
Yeah.
doesn't he have a beak?
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, he
Does
doesn't.
Squidward walk around with a beak that we don't know about
Oh, that'd be really creepy.
in his derriere? Isn't
Right
that
in
where
his
the
belly
beak
button.
is technically?
Yeah.
On
Technically.
Squidward, it would be down there.
I'm Squidward, I'm Squidward, I'm Squidward.
Yeah.
But yeah, during the giant squid attack, Tim, did you see that first mate with that fucking axe?
I did. I was all about that.
I'm like, okay, so I get why they would have harpoons. Like,
Yeah.
do they get attacked by giant squids, like, a lot?
Probably. I would
Where-
imagine they have like some experience with it.
Because, like, why else would you have war axes on your goddamn ship during a time that you
Right.
can build a nuclear reactor?
Right.
I don't know, because didn't he say like, so at that point they're at 20,000 leagues.
Yes, and
under
I got a
the
funny
sea.
note on that.
And at that point he had said, "Oh, we're further than man has ever been." So are we saying that giant squids live above that?
Giant squids are real.
I know, but what depth do they come in at?
Oh, do you want to know? Okay, do you know how many miles a league is?
No, I have no idea.
All right, guys, somebody did the math online.
Sweet.
1 league is equal to 3 nautical miles.
Okay.
1 nautical mile is approximately 1.15 miles.
Okay.
20,000 leagues is about 68,350 miles. That would take you 2.5 times around the world.
Damn.
So the fact that so it literally is an impossible feat, right?
Unless there's a whole situation like Pacific Rim where it just opens up. Hollow Earth thing.
Yeah, but then you would just pop out on the other side.
Right.
So maybe not. We don't know.
I don't know.
That's it.
That's it?
Yeah, that's all I have.
Okay. I did double check that math, though, because, I'm the numbers guy. And it came in to 69,000, but it said approximately 1.15 miles. So I think we lost some decimals there.
Somebody didn't do their rounding correctly.
Me? I only had 1.15. It's like using 3.14 for pi.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
I got you.
You got me, homie. But I will say that squid, I'm just like gushing all over the design work. Because I thought for 1954,
yeah,
it was really well done.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed by the size. I'm not going to lie. It looked kind of poopy-doopy when it was up on the Nautilus.
Yeah.
That being said, it did look good other than that.
You were expecting bigger? Because they had to use literally 3 different studios. They had to use they used Disney's property to do this, Universal's property production, and 20th Century Fox.
Dang.
People were a lot more chill back in the day, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. And look at me complaining about the squid still. I'm like, nah, you guys
not big enough.
You should have used a 4th studio. 5th.
Who would have 4th? Who would have been the 4th?
I don't know.
Paramount?
Yeah. So there, if they were around then, I don't know.
I'll get to that later. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
All right, so real talk. Is Ned a villain? He gets 4 warships of people killed because he put out bottles.
That's true.
He is claimed as a hero, but if he hadn't thrown those bottles out, none of those men would have died. Nemo wouldn't have died.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Villain, no.
Asshole, yes.
Yeah.
I would say chaotic good.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah, I could see that. He cares about himself, but he's there to he cares about good. He's not evil. Yeah, I can see that.
Well, maybe he's chaotic neutral then. I don't know. I'm not good at that stuff.
No, I'd say he's chaotic good.
Yeah, I don't think he's quite villain level, but I think he's a selfish asshole. So wherever that puts him on the spectrum.
Yeah, just the chaos part.
Mm-hmm.
But he's legitimately even the professor writes him down as a hero because he did dive in and save Nemo.
True.
Yeah.
So
he does things when he doesn't necessarily want to. He saves Nemo at one point. He does something else with Nemo at another point where he's he doesn't want to, but he does it because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, but maybe he's just a dumbass.
Yeah, he's kind of goofy. Yeah.
So that's just sorry. I was just curious what you guys thought because if you butterfly effect it, he doesn't throw those bottles. Nemo doesn't blow up his fucking plant. Theoretically, the professor becomes the diplomat between Nemo and the rest of the world, and yeah.
Freaking Ned, man.
Freaking Ned.
But it's so funny because the movie clearly plays it off oh yeah, happily ever after the 3 of us lived.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
No big deal.
Which it's supposed to be implied that was actually a nuclear warhead that went off. Mm. He just blew the shit out of his stuff.
Yeah.
Dang. Also, Tim, Mr. Gun Expert.
Yeah.
Would that have been a very difficult shot for the 18? It was 1868, 1869, maybe at that point. Those guns. I mean, this is just post Civil War. They were missing every shot except for the one that hits Nemo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make sense
Yeah.
Okay.
To me, that
also,
makes sense.
They
Just
were
thinking about the
super
time
far
period, the technology of the weapons, and then you have to account for environmental factors. Yeah.
Okay. Because I thought it made sense, but I was there were just so many of them shooting. You're only one guy got shot? Also, why was Nemo the one why would they leave the captain to put the skiff together? He should have been the first fucker on.
Yeah.
Because he's the captain.
I know.
That's exactly why he's the captain.
I know. He's making sure everybody survives.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody's loyal. Like, he is like, okay, so all these fuckers here, they're super loyal to me.
Yeah.
So much that when I'm dying, they choose to die with me. And I'm like,
right. Like, what?
Yeah.
Damn.
Captain goes down with his ship and the whole
And the crew.
Yeah, so I guess you can say he's a villain in that way, but I mean, those people, like, he freed them because they were all slaves.
Right.
Yeah, he didn't force them to do that.
No.
I mean, I guess they only had one skiff, right? So
Right.
technically.
And they were sinking, therefore.
Yeah, so technically, but he didn't. I don't know. They could have swam for it.
They could have, yeah. They might have gotten the bends, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
depending on how deep they were.
Yeah, well, I thought about that earlier when they first did their expedition, and I was like, they are probably not that deep, because they, like, rose super fast, but they didn't go all the way to the surface, so I decided they didn't get the bends, but I don't know. I had a question mark there for that.
Sam's always like, bends.
Yeah, 100%. I haven't
Yeah.
gotten a scuba certification because I'm worried about the bends. Like, that just seems like a very easy way to, like, fuck things up.
You just have to remember not to get the bend.
Right.
Go too fast. I know, but still.
Did you say not to get them?
Yeah.
You just don't get them.
Yeah.
Just don't get them. Boom, done. I don't know. I just feel like, back to your point, you get into a sticky situation and you're not thinking about, like, oh, shit. You're like, I gotta get away, right? And then you just rise to the top and then you fucking die.
I think that's a lot of the way that people end up getting it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Sam's like, I don't want to be 47 meters under.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a movie.
Exactly.
It's okay.
Water's scary.
Yeah, all these movies you'll see too, where they'll like immediately rise to the surface. And you're like, you'd be dead. your lungs would pop. Like,
We watched that 47 meters under movie, and he literally says, hey, you can't come up too fast. You're going to get the bends. You're going to die.
Yeah.
And Sam was like, bravo.
Yeah, I feel like they never talk about it. Like, yo, easy way to die right there. Watch out for it.
All right, well, I just want to say that I'm out of notes.
Okay.
yeah.
I had a little bit of beef. It wasn't really with the movie. It was just something I thought of. That, okay, so
Was
the
it
Nautilus...
the sea turtles?
No. The Nautilus runs aground like twice, I think.
Yes.
One of the times, it wasn't very far offshore. I think it wasn't far offshore from New Guinea. And I just found it, like, if it was present day and it was, like, not that far out from shore, like, plenty of people would be, like, swimming up to it and just, like, checking it out.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know? So-
If it wasn't a deserted island.
Yeah, so it's
Right.
not really beef. It's just, like, I was just thinking about that. That's all.
Oh, yeah. Especially if it's cool looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
But then also, they ran aground on a coral reef? Or no? Just rocks?
I think it was just rocks.
Okay, sweet. Because I was like, did he just destroy a bunch of coral reefs?
No.
It would have been on accident, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was just rocks.
I think it was rocks.
Nice.
It wasn't a sea turtle, that's for damn sure.
Because that would make him a villain if he captured sea turtles
Immediately. Yeah.
and destroyed coral reefs.
Right?
Fuck this guy.
Right?
Tim, do you have anything else?
Nope, that's it. I'm out.
All right, so the cast. Let's just read exactly what I wrote. Captain Nem,
Nice.
Captain Nem.
or Captain Nemo, probably better
Nah,
known.
Captain Nem.
Captain Nem. He is played by James Mason, who is in Lolita, North by Northwest, and Age of Consent. I'm a little concerned by that last one. I do want to say that.
I liked his voice. I was like,
He had a good voice.
Can we get a podcast with Captain Nemo?
No, he gone.
I know, but he should have had one.
Yeah, and then the professor is played by Paul Lucas. He's in The Lady Vanishes, 55 Days, Peking, or Peking, it's Peking, I think.
Sure.
And Little Women,
Nice. The OG Little Women, I suspect.
I suspect as well, is really old.
There's like 50 million Little Women.
And then Ned Land is played by Kirk, I shit you not, Douglas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Michael Douglas's dad.
Ah.
He looks like him. He
Yeah.
looks just like
I
him.
had
Now
to
that
think
you
about
say
it for a
that.
second. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like staring at him the whole time. I'm like, this guy looks like Michael Douglas. And I was like, Kirk Douglas. Fuck! Like, that was my train of thought. I was like, legitimately, like, not, like, putting the two pieces together, and I Googled it, and I was like, There it is.
Nice.
He is in Paths of Glory, Detective Story, in Stanley Kubrick's Spartacus.
I bet he was shirtless in that too.
He was Spartacus, so it's 100% he was shirtless.
Okay, sorry, sidebar here for a second. I really liked that when he was shirtless, his pants were up super high.
Well, same with Igor's.
That? Yeah. I just thought it was funny that it's like, oh, you're shirtless. Well, not really, because like half of your torso is covered by your pants. That's just like, was that how they were modest back in the day?
Yeah. All right, so you want to hear the wild fact about him?
Yeah.
He actually just passed away in 2020 in February. He was 103.
No, seriously. Michael Douglas is like old as fuck too. Like he should be like croaking anytime soon.
He looked old in the game that was in the 90s.
Right. Yeah. So like they found the fountain of youth. Tell me I'm wrong.
The Douglases?
Yeah.
Okay. Conchil, Igor. It's played by Peter Lorre. And you guys recognize him from Casablanca?
Nope.
He's Ugard. He's the guy that gets captured at the very beginning.
Oh.
Yeah. He's also an M in The Maltese Falcon. So one claim he has about this film is that the giant squid got his usual character.
Okay.
Like he's normally like kind of like a villainy kind of character. Like he's an antagonist. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then the first mate, his name is First Mate of the Nautilus.
Yeah.
Is played by Robert Wilkie, hailing from Cincinnati, Ohio.
What?
He's in the movie The Magnificent Seven, Spartacus, and Stripes.
Wow.
I know. Kind of weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Cincinnati's not like a small city. But every time somebody's from it, I'm like, what?
Kind of like,
no.
holy, whoa, sweet.
We have people?
We have people.
The director is played by Richard, and I want to say Fleischer.
Falacier.
Anyways, he did movies like he did movies Soylent Green, Red Sonja, and The Vikings. So, little backstory on him. He is the son of Max Fleischer. At one point, I think he was the lead of production of Paramount. Like, one of Walt Disney's biggest competitors. Yeah. He went and hired his son to do this movie. And he goes to Walt and he's like, hey, I'm just going to ask you. You know I'm Max's son, right? He's like, yeah, but I think you're the perfect director for this job. And he's like, oh, cool.
Sweet.
So he goes to his dad. He's like, hey, Dad, so Walt Disney wants me to do this movie. You cool with that? He's like, yeah, of course. Nice. You get yours. He writes a letter to Walt. Max writes a letter. The dad writes a letter to Walt Disney. He's like, I think you made the most perfect choice in directors for this film.
Nice.
I thought it was a nice story.
Yeah, people aren't like that anymore.
No, this would be contract disputes, people getting sued
NDAs,
left and right.
This would be a problem.
Anyways, so this movie, like many older Disney films, it won 2 Oscars. Ooh. For art direction / set direction.
That makes sense.
And best effects.
Nice.
It's weird that I've been complimenting those.
Yeah.
The critics, they gave it an 89%.
Wow.
Audience a 74%, IMDb with a 7.2 out of 10, and Le Google with an 86%. So Tim, man who hates water, are you diving into 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea?
I'm into it. Yeah, I'm into it. This is a good movie. I think it's just a movie that people need to sit down and watch. Not need to, but like it's a fun film, right? Like it's an older one, but it hangs true to I don't know, entertainment of modern times, I guess. I enjoyed it, and I think for sure flip it on. I think people should watch this.
Nice. How about you, Sam? She's making a face.
I know, right? I would have to say for me personally, I don't think I would flip it on. It's not that it was a bad movie, but I didn't think it was great. And so if we go back to the age-old, would I stop? Probably not. But I do think that, that's just, my opinion, man. But I was going to say that, the effects look nice and, it looks like... I mean, it looks older, but it doesn't look super dated to where, you can't watch it. It's unwatchable. So...
Right.
I don't know. Maybe
that's fine. You're allowed to not like films.
Yeah.
I know, but it's not
just because I'm gonna flip it on as well, and Tim flipped it on. doesn't mean we all three always had to flip it on.
I know, and I don't know. It kind of screams you guys this type of movie. I'm not gonna lie.
It's an
Yeah, for
adventure
sure.
movie. It's not a drama. It's not an action film. It's an adventure film. Which, 'cause to me, there is no true like evil villain at the end, which is kind of like my MO. I like because it's almost slice of life.
Yeah.
Almost. Mm-hmm. It wasn't superhero like Rocket Man.
Yeah.
Is that the right name of the movie?
Rocketeer.
Rocketeer.
Rocket Man.
Oh man, Tim didn't even.
Way to go.
Tim didn't catch me on that. I'm a little sad.
No.
I was lined up to just get destroyed. Anyways, yeah, I liked it a lot. I thought I'm clearly very biased towards the sea turtles, and that was very upsetting, but
Not enough for you to.
not enough to kill the
Cast
movie.
to
I
the
might
side.
just close my eyes and count to 10. But no, I thought it was a very well done movie, and for like a movie set from the 1954, I thought it was well paced. I think that a lot of older films, like to today's viewers, I'm sounding really like snobby. I just feel like that they have a slower pace than what we're used to in today's film industry.
I think like harkening back to Casablanca, like we got lost a little bit. Like I don't know, I don't want to speak for you, Tim, but I got lost a little bit with the pacing. Like it just felt like super slow. But like this one, I agree, is really
It was better
It's not that
paced.
bad. It's like a typical 2-hour film pace.
Yeah, I didn't have any issues with this one as far as like I did Casablanca, but this one I didn't.
I think this one was better paced than Casablanca.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
trying to say too.
Like I think for the like, especially like comparing it to today's, I think it was what would be considered now a slow burn.
Yeah.
But back in the day, it was probably not.
Epic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we're gonna continue on to next week. Maybe Sam will get wordplay,
Woo-hoo-hoo.
and I'll choose Ocean, and Tim will choose Camo.
And we'll have to do this all over again.
I know. I don't know. Maybe she'll get like one of the newer ones, like Near and Dear, or she'll get Box Office Bus.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No. Oh boy.
Box office bust. I swear we're gonna run out of these. Like
Again.
we're gonna watch
Again.
every single box office bust in existence.
It's very difficult.
But that's cool. No big deal.
Yeah. So tune in next week to see what Sam watches for the Box Office Bus.
Love them.